chestnuts.
It's that time of year, ladies and gentlemen. It's Christmas time. Truly the most wonderful time of the year, and a time of joy, and a time for giving. And look at underneath this tree right here. We got plenty of presents under here to do just that. You know, ever since we were kids, did you ever just look underneath the Christmas tree and see all of these presents here? You just ever wondered what was inside of them? You just look at them and just be curious. What the heck is in those boxes or bags or packages? What could possibly be in there? The feeling of mystery is itching away at you. You just gotta know. You just need something to leak. Oh hey, a new game is coming out. I'm looking forward to that. And someone is streaming the whole thing 2 weeks before it's even meant to come out. It's that time of year where all the games that are scheduled for the year have been released, everyone. But the last 2 games left for the year yet to be released. You know, one thing that's just as exciting when it comes to new games coming out, besides the actual launch day itself, is the hype cycle leading up to release. This point during a game's release cycle is sometimes almost more fun than the game coming out itself. The excitement of seeing a new trailer come out, the wait for the next trailer and what will be shown off in that one, getting a look to see of what's to come in this new game, or just simply waiting to see what the developers want to show us next for what they got planned for this next gameplay experience for us. While video game hype cycles have changed a lot over the years, going from originally just seeing a new game announced on a TV commercial to now having whole gaming events dedicated to announcing new games at shows for people to watch, either live in person at the show or to watch from home. Game announcements have certainly come a long way. I think you can get the idea. Hype cycles for games are truly just a wonderful part of a game's release cycle. And again, sometimes it's almost more fun than the game coming out itself. But unfortunately, when it comes to hype cycles for games, there is a certain thing that you have to watch out for, either during the hype cycle or before it. And what is this exactly? Well, what I'm referring to is probably one of the worst things to ever happen to the video game landscape, and that is leaks. Oh my gosh, this is terrible! Oh, and leaks are pretty bad too. Video game leaks. Probably one of the neatest but the worst thing to happen to the video game landscape. Game leaks are the worst when it comes to games getting revealed or surprise reveals from companies. With almost every project that gets revealed nowadays, it's very rare that it's actually a surprise. And it can be leaked a few days, weeks, heck, sometimes months before the announcement. Now, there are some exceptions when it comes to this nowadays. Surprise announcements are still very much a thing nowadays, but a good chunk of the time, leaks are still very around for a good chunk of titles. As time has gone on in the 2010s with the internet evolving, game leaks started to really show themselves more and more here, whether it's through people claiming they have inside information and saying what's coming soon, or someone getting their hands on something early and showing it to people, or heck, even someone cheating a demo at a convention, showing stuff that we're not meant to see yet. I don't know, this is a little something specific here, but maybe Sonic Frontiers in 2022 showing the full Giganto boss fight that really ruined the experience for everybody. Game leaks can come in all different shapes and sizes, but no matter what kind of leak, whether it provides information or not, they all flat out suck. Much like this eggnog. Unlike most things in media, when it comes to leaks, video games are the genre that is very well known for them. While sure, media like movies, TV shows, and music can get leaks of their own, but in comparison, those have never been as crazy as video game leaks. Game leaks have always been the ones that have been outlandish, and more wild at least when it comes to what kind of leak it is. But no matter what, when it comes down to this, game leaks are the literal worst thing for games. They ruin everything for surprises from companies. Like, remember Sonic X Shadow Generations? That was a pretty sick reveal trailer, right? Well, guess what? Information about a Sonic and Shadow game got leaked earlier that week. Or how about the big reveal of GTA 6? After so many years, the next big game that many have thought would never arrive is finally going to get its trailer. Fans would finally get the ability to see the follow-up to Grand Theft Auto 5 after so long. And the trailer leaked online the day before it was supposed to come out. Does anyone else see a problem with this? Now, to be fair, I can see where and how some people would think leaks are good, as in if we haven't heard anything in a long time from a company about a new title or any new product. Having leaks from insiders is a good way to see if we have anything new coming soon. And this does work for some franchises, like the Sonic franchise, for example. Back in late 2020, the Sonic franchise was absolutely in a very dark place when it came to its game announcements. The last Sonic title to release was the mediocrity of racing being Team Sonic Racing, released in 2019. And the last mainline game was Sonic Forces, releasing in 2017. Like I said, it was Sonic Forces in 2017. So by the time 2021 came and it was time for the 30th anniversary, we fans were really itching for something when it came to game announcements by this point. The last mention of a new Sonic game was the South by Southwest panel getting cancelled in 2020, all due to the pandemic at the time. So the last official talk on the next game was in 2019, when Iizuka said that the next mainline Sonic game had already begun production. So with no announcements or anything, the only thing there was left to turn to was game leaks. To be specific on what kind of leak, this one would be the game blog post leaks. These leaks are with almost every franchise out there. Pretty much they mainly consist of someone going online and saying some random stuff about an upcoming game. Most of the time these leaks are very false, and sometimes they can be true, but it's very rare that they are. These blog post leaks need a lot of stuff to back it up, and again, they're in almost every franchise that you can think of. And of course Sonic was no exception to these leaks as well. And late 2020 and early 2021 was when these leaks were everywhere for the Sonic franchise, considering the literal Sonic drought the franchise had for so long. So with the Sonic game leaks in 2021, these were very welcome by many, myself included. And after a number of fake Sonic Rose leaks, the next Sonic game would be announced being Sonic Frontiers, which as a matter of fact, there were playtester leaks that came out in early 2021, pretty much describing their experiences with playtesting what would become Sonic Frontiers. Now in this specific situation, game leaks actually sound really cool. You're getting information on stuff that is yet to be announced when you've not heard anything on said franchise in quite a long while. This can work for some franchises, but this can just also give people false hope for stuff as well. Like half of these blog post leaks are fake and is mainly just a wish list of what the person posting this wants to be. Very rarely will you get an actual game blog post leak be 100% confirmed and real. A very big prime example of these all being fake and 1% real is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. In 2018, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the most hyped game of the year. Not only was this a brand new Smash Bros. Game coming to the Nintendo Switch, but there was more. Every character from the series was returning. Only new characters were being added, 103 stages at launch, stellar gameplay, beautiful graphics, and not to mention the over-the-top hype moments of the new characters getting revealed, or just simply a new Smash Bros. Direct or new Smash Bros. Anything would show up in 2018. The Super Smash Bros. Ultimate hype cycle in 2018 was truly like no other, and to be honest, it is yet to be topped for me when it comes to hype cycle releases. But you know what really sucked the fun out of it at the time? When people just wouldn't let anything be a surprise!
Much like how this eggnog sucks all the fun out of Christmas delicacies.
Oh my gosh, they never stopped coming with these! The Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's release cycle was awesome and fun and all, but it was plagued with 4chan and Reddit leaks. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Now, I'll go ahead and say this. I myself back then was guilty of also liking these leaks back then because I just wanted to see who the heck was going to be next to get in Smash or not. Now, Smash Brothers is no stranger when it comes to getting leaks. They've been around for many years. Like, take the Smash 4 Rayman leak, for example. That leak had everybody fooled until the leaker came out and said that it was fake. So Smash Brothers getting leaks is nothing new. But when Ultimate was in its release cycle, it got cranked up by a lot. So many wishlist leaks and stuff that genuinely was just definitely made people's expectations way too high, including myself. Like, come on, guys. Did you really think we were going to get Mach Rider and the Chorus Kids in Ultimate? Come on. While there were many fake and real Smash Bros. Leaks leading up to release throughout August, September, and October, but out of all of them, there was one leak that stood out amongst the rest and would go down as one of the most insane and crazy leaks in Smash Bros. History.
Hey guys, so some big news right now. We may have gotten our full roster revealed.
If you do not want spoilers, run now. But the internet will have blown up by tomorrow anyways. You've been warned.
On October 24th, 2018, an image would surface on the internet and proceed to break the Smash community like never before. That image would be the infamous Smash Bros. Ultimate banner leak. But this leak had a name, and the leak's name is now known as the one and only the Grinch leak. Now you might be asking, why the heck was it called the Grinch leak? Well, that was because of the little Grinch keychain down there from when the horrible new Grinch movie was coming out from back then. That's it. That's why it's called the Grinch leak. This leak was insane, mainly because of how much it divided the Smash community. And to sum up the image, it was pretty much this image here of seeing the empty battlefield drawings and the new version of the Ultimate banner that was shown off in the trailers whenever a new character was revealed. This leak was supposedly supposed to be the final version of the banner for the release of the game. This banner having the inclusion of Shadow and Ken as Echo Fighters, Isaac from Golden Sun being in, Mach Rider, Chorus Kids, and Banjo and Kazooie. This image would surface online and proceed to literally tear the Smash community in half, whether they believed it was real or if it was fake. For what felt like months of speculation would only be a few weeks, this leak would be the talk of the town for the gaming landscape, at least when it came to Smash Brothers. Everyone was at each other's throats for this thing. Day by day, people kept looking and speculating whether or not this leak was fake. Many were hoping it was real, myself included. And what I was hoping was real from this banner leak was I just wanted Shadow in the game at all costs. Having him in was something I really wanted for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, mainly because of all the Echo Fighters we were getting. So I was hoping I'd get Shadow. So seeing this leak really made me excited to see that Shadow could be here in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as an Echo Fighter for Sonic. Long story short, this leak turned out to be fake and was fake the whole time. While it was still cool what we got in the end, I was totally happy and I wasn't sad at all. But this leak definitely was a leak that will never be forgotten in the world of Smash Bros. This leak tore a community apart and had them constantly going back and forth trying to prove whether it was fake or not. While it's fun to look back upon at the time, this leak was tearing apart the Smash community like no other leak or anything has ever done before. This one blurry image of the banner caused the biggest side debate in Smash Bros. History, and it's really fun to think back on. While the Grinch leak at the time did cause a lot of disagreement in the Smash community, it's now looked back upon as one of the most funniest and iconic Smash leaks of all time. And just seeing for all the videos covered on it back then and whatnot and all the hype around it, it really kind of is fun to think back upon of how some people were hoping this leak was real and some people were hoping this leak was fake. It kind of is just really fun to go back and think upon when it comes to this leak and because of how iconic it is and just all that it's done and that it truly will never be forgotten. While this leak was certainly funny, yes, it really sucks what these blog post leaks do when it comes to game announcements. Sure, a number of them are just some people trying to get their fake leak out there for attention and whatnot to spread misinformation, or some of them just being funny and just creating a fake leak just to see what will happen. But the real ones are genuinely kind of not so fun. On one hand, you get excited about this upcoming announcement or new info in said leak, but on the other hand, you just spoiled yourself of the surprise that companies likely had planned for you. And if you don't care, that's fine. But it just genuinely sucks because I see so many of these blog posts of games leaks almost every year, and I get tired of them, to be honest. I wish we could have the factor of surprise be here still for game announcements. These blog post leaks just kind of ruin it, really. But as much as these blog post leaks might ruin the surprise, these are, however, avoidable. But there's another kind of video game leak that is hard to avoid, and one that genuinely could sometimes ruin your future first time experience with a brand new game.
You know what? Leave it to Sonic fans to ruin everything.
Online spoilers of games. This is becoming more of a problem in recent years. While yes, spoilers for games online is nothing new, but it's different when the game isn't even out yet. These types of game leaks are the top tier worst of the worst with this. Pretty much these leaks can vary from a game isn't out yet and someone posts spoilers from a convention demo, or someone just straight up gets their hands on a game early. Now game leaks when it comes to people getting early is very inevitable. Sometimes things go wrong at stores, sometimes retailers don't follow the date and put it out early, or some people can call up the store and they might have a way to get it early. And hey, that's fine, it happens. Sometimes people can get their hands on something early. But here's where the problem comes into play. Whenever a person has that game early, the first thing that they like to do is that they post all the cool stuff on the internet for people who don't even have it yet to see. And 9 times out of 10, it's usually something like the final boss right in the thumbnail.
Wow. I genuinely can't tell what's worse right now. People posting game spoilers online, or the horrible monstrosity that is eggnog!
I don't know how long this has gone on now, but as far as I can remember back to 2017, when someone gets their hands on a game early, their first thought is to post it online immediately. Oh man, this side of game leaking might be different than the rest, but it's definitely a new level of awful. Gosh, this is just so stupid and just a very unnecessary thing to do. I get that you have this cool thing early and want to show people, but listen, no one's gonna watch your stream of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero when the game isn't even meant to come out yet. And it's not even out for early access people yet. No one's gonna be watching that. People want to experience it for themselves, you know? And not watch somebody else play all of it. Whether it ranges from streaming it early to posting footage on social media or uploading videos to YouTube and getting them recommended to you. It's only gotten worse with these kind of leaks in recent years. More people keep getting games early. Companies are going into live streams telling them to stop streaming. Yes, this was a real thing that happened. And now with YouTubers getting review codes for games, some people are getting codes and leaking all of it online for people to see before they can even play it. This side of game leaking isn't like the blog post where it has a chance to be fake. No, This is just petty and ruining the fun for everyone. I don't understand why anyone would want to do this. This is just so... I don't understand. Why would you want to do this? But now I got a fun game for you. Now that we have this cool thing of showing stuff off way too early before the game is even meant to come out, what kind of new low do you think we can hit when it comes to game leaking? Well, I can go ahead and give you an answer to that, and that is hacking companies.
Wow. You know what? This is actually almost as bad as eggnog. Let's take this one slow. So go ahead and pour yourself another cup of that eggnog, my friend, because truly, you're gonna want to need something for this one.
Okay, so if you are unaware, a while back, Insomniac Games, which if you don't know who they are the ones who've been making the recent Spider-Man games, as well as the Ratchet & Clank games now. But a while back, Insomniac got hacked by a group of people online, and therefore, any new or upcoming projects that they had planned for the future were now all leaked for the public to see. These projects that they had planned, as a matter of fact, some were in development, early development at that. Their schedule for the next 5 to 10 years was all leaked to the public. We were not meant to see any of this. So many future titles that would have been a great surprise got spoiled of surprise from Insomniac. And when I say everything leaked, I mean everything leaked. In fact, remember the Wolverine game that they announced in 2021 that was supposed to release after Spider-Man 2? That got leaked as well. Their test build of the game was leaked, and people were seeing a stage of the game that was not meant to be seen at all. And then people were going online and saying that the game looked bad and unfinished. Well, there's a reason for that second thing. This hurt Insomniac like no other and has definitely set them far back. Projects are now likely on hold. Spider-Man 2 DLC was canceled when it was supposed to already be a thing. The whole galore. This company hack genuinely was the worst thing to happen to Insomniac Games, and we have nothing to blame but leakers. Say what you will about video game leaks as a whole, but you can't deny that reaching a new low like this is beyond not cool. Having little tidbits of inside information is cool and all, but going from blog posts to hacking literal companies and leaking projects, just come on, guys. So with stuff like this going on for game leaks, what do we do to avoid them? Well, the unfortunate part is there isn't anything we can do to stop leaks and the leakers themselves. They definitely aren't going anywhere anytime soon. So with that said, you might be asking, how can I avoid leaks so I can have games be a surprise to me or not get spoiled on a new game coming out? Well, there is an answer to that question. That being, the best thing to do is really pay no attention to them. While it's hard not to pay attention to a leak or a rumor about a new game, that's kind of part of the fun of discussing a new game coming out, but if you want to not be spoiled, maybe reconsider opening up that new blog post about new inside information about the follow-up to Mario Odyssey. That's just my suggestion, but if you want to see the leaked inside information, that is perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with looking at game leaks. There's nothing wrong at all. I mean, heck, I'm doing everything I can to find any leaked info on a God of War Remastered collection, so I'm not entirely one to talk.
Where is it?
While video game leaks are inevitable, and let's be honest, they aren't going anywhere anytime soon, video game leaks and leakers are really just par for the course for a lot of games nowadays. And while I think they definitely suck and I'm personally getting tired of them, however, they're kind of fun to look back upon afterwards. Usually once the game is officially announced or is out, we usually tend to forget about the leaks entirely sometimes. Sometimes it's fun to go back and just see what the leaker got right or what they got wrong. And honestly, give it a try sometime. I've done it before after games like Sonic Frontiers or Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It can be really entertaining comparing the leak to the final products. Again, while I still think game leaks suck and definitely are getting out of hand, there's still a funny little thing that exists in the gaming landscape.
While game leaks are hard to avoid for some games, but most of the time at the end of the day, you can still get surprised from companies' new product that they're putting out. I mean, heck, sometimes you'll even end up being surprised from that exact company that got a game leak with something that was completely different entirely sometimes. I mean, heck, look at some franchises like Mortal Kombat, for example. We thought we were getting a whole new collection from a leak, but no, we turned out we're getting a whole brand new game. And in situations like that, it's really awesome when you do get surprised from a company of something completely different than what got leaked. So that just shows we can actually get some pretty good surprises every now and again when we're already getting game leaks. Sometimes it just goes to show that maybe every leak we get, maybe it's best we just don't really pay attention to them. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed this wonderful time of the year and have a Merry Christmas. God bless all of you all and have a very Happy New Year. Now, with that said, let us all have some wonderful time of this year and let's have a good time with our families and sit back have some Christmas fudge, and of course, have a lovely, delicious Christmas beverage as well. I myself am going to have a delicious one right now, and we'll just get... Wait a minute. This is eggnog? Hold on. It's actually kind of not that bad!